Every 4 years, we get a small but fascinating disruption to our routine. An extra day appears on the calendar. February grows from 28 days to 29. Some people celebrate a rare leap day birthday. Others joke about having to work one extra day for free. But behind this simple adjustment lies a story of astronomy, empires, religion, and humanity's struggle to measure Earth's imperfect orbit around the Sun. So, why do we get leap years? Let's find out right here on History of Simple Things. Leap years exist because Earth doesn't orbit the Sun in exactly 365 days. It takes about 365.2422 days. That extra fraction may seem tiny, but it adds up to nearly 6 hours each year. Without correcting it, we'd be off by almost a day every 4 years, and over centuries the seasons would drift, pushing summer toward December and winter toward June. Early civilizations were deeply aware of the importance of staying aligned with the seasons. Agriculture depended on it. Planting too early or too late could mean starvation. Ancient Egyptians, who carefully observed the flooding of the Nile River, noticed that their 365-day calendar drifted over time. They knew the year was slightly longer, but without a correction system, their calendar slowly drifted through the seasons over a 460-year cycle. The real turning point came with the Romans. Before Reform, the Roman calendar was chaotic. It was originally based on lunar cycles and had only 10 months. Later, it was expanded to 12 months. But political leaders had the power to insert extra days or months to serve their own agendas. Politicians could lengthen the year to help allies or shorten it to hurt opponents, making the system unreliable and chaotic. In 46 BCE, Julius Caesar decided enough was enough. Consulting the Alexandrian astronomer, Sosigenes, Caesar introduced what became known as the Julian calendar. This new system established a year length of 365 days, with one extra day added every 4 years. It created a 365.25-day year, close to the true solar year, bringing much-needed order to Rome's calendar, with February receiving the extra day as the year's final month. However, 365.25 days was not perfectly accurate. The true solar year is slightly shorter, 365.2422 days. That tiny difference of about 11 minutes per year may seem trivial, but over centuries it accumulated. By the 1500s, the calendar had drifted about 10 days out of alignment with the seasons. The spring equinox, once around March 21st, was drifting earlier each year, disrupting the Church's calculation of Easter, which depends on it. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII introduced the Gregorian calendar to fix the drift, skipping 10 days so October 4th became October 15th, and refining the leap year rule. Century years wouldn't be leap years unless divisible by 400. That's why 1700, 1800, and 1900 weren't leap years, but 2000 was. This adjustment set the average year at 365.2425 days. So accurate, it would take over 3,000 years to drift by a single day. Interestingly, not all countries adopted the Gregorian calendar at once. Catholic nations such as Spain and Italy switched quickly in 1582. Protestant and Orthodox countries were slower, sometimes out of religious resistance. Britain and its American colonies did not adopt it until 1752. When they switched, 11 days were removed. sparking protests from those who thought their lives were shortened, though the extent is debated. Leap years also have curious cultural side effects. People born on February 29th, sometimes called Leaplings, celebrate their birthdays only once every 4 years on the actual date. In non-leap years, they usually celebrate on February 28th or March 1st. Statistically, only about 1 in 1,461 people are born on Leap Day, making it one of the rarest birthdays. There are even traditions attached to leap years. In parts of Ireland and the United Kingdom, there is a centuries-old custom, sometimes called Bachelor's Day, where women are encouraged to propose marriage on February 29th. According to legend, this tradition was linked to St. Bridget and St. Patrick, though historical evidence for the story is thin. Still, it reflects how a small calendrical adjustment can shape folklore. Leap years show that timekeeping is an approximation. Earth's orbit isn't perfectly consistent, and its rotation slowly slows due to tidal friction. Scientists even add leap seconds to stay aligned. Leap years strike a practical balance between cosmic reality and human convenience, keeping the calendar simple yet accurate for millennia. It's also worth noting that leap years are not unique to Earth's calendar alone. If humans ever establish colonies on Mars, they would face similar challenges. A Martian year lasts about 687 Earth days. Any Martian calendar would need its own correction system to stay aligned with seasons on that planet. In other words, leap years are not just a quirk of our history. They are an inevitable consequence of living on a planet that moves through space in fractions rather than whole numbers. So why do we get leap years? Because our planet refuses to orbit the sun in a tidy round number of days. Because ancient farmers needed reliable seasons. Because Roman politicians abused the calendar. Because medieval astronomers noticed drifting equinoxes. And because humanity is determined to keep its clocks in harmony with the cosmos. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.